It's August 13th, 2021. Tracking the tropics. Now listen to this. This is typical human these days.
Into the mid-Mississippi and Ohio River valleys, and there's another system back behind it, Invest Area 95L. This one is probably going to become our first hurricane of the season. The name would be Grace if it becomes a tropical system following the same similar track. So we'll be talking about that probably in the next week, guys.
All right, and there are also some big developments in Britney Spears' legal battle. She's pleaded with a judge to remove her father, Jamie, from having control over her 13-year conservatorship. Now,
I have no idea what a conservatorship is.
Just not immediately, saying he'd do it, quote, when the time is right. Spears says...
Nobody cares about that now. This is interesting.
Once you hit your...
Explain the science, if you can, behind this. News medical correspondent Dr. John Torres and lead dietitian and manager of Wellness Nutrition Services.
Listen to how the humans explain this, because it's never had studies or anything to back it or verify it. This is just social guerrilla, socialist tactic.
Behind this new metabolic data, like what does it mean?
New metabolic data.
Been so wrong about it for so long.
And you're right, Greg, this is turning things on its head because all along I thought the same thing. You know, as you start getting older, your metabolism slows down. Once you hit your 30s, you pack on a few extra pounds. Not much you can do about it because it's your metabolism causing that to happen, even more so when you're in your 40s and your 50s. But this study is saying not so fast. That's not what's happening, actually. And what they did is they looked at what we call the carbon dioxide expenditure. How much carbon dioxide are we burning off every day, which is a sign of our metabolism. In other words, the things we're doing to breathe, to digest food, just to live, our basic metabolism. And they looked at 8-day-olds up to 95-year-olds to find out. And what they found...
What they're doing is, because in the United Kingdom, it's the quid, something like that. It's the pound, it's the British pound. But here we have a white guy, which would be considered a British guy, and look at the pounds he's holding on. It's not the same philosophy and manifestation from Manifest Destiny. The manifesto is off. The words are English. It still makes sense, kind of, sort of, but not in totality, in a utilitarianism, in like a, it doesn't always transgress exactly the way that you need it to. And currently they're talking finance and they're making metabolism into something that packs on extra pounds and weight to explain why when the environment breaks by metabolism, which is a monetary destabilization via the electronic digital market, it then affects your environment and then tax and like pounds that then you carry around as the tertiary from a binary perspective after the initiate breaks. That's what real metabolism is, but I know usually humans aren't set up for that kind of like whatever.
They found out is we do things in groups throughout our lives. And
this is them trying to explain to other humans how they've broken the system more, just so everybody could have sports contracts and a Verizon water power authority that doesn't fucking match what we need.
That starts slowing down about 3% a year. Didn't matter if you're a teenager.
For all of you, I don't want to get involved. That sounds dicey. Right. When you hit ALS and they lock it in your genetic future, it's going to be too late, stupids.
Menopause, pregnancy, none of those things influence that basic metabolism. And then once you turn 60, it started slowing down again. So that's the key. And it turns out, again, when we're in our 30s and 40s, it's not the metabolism putting on those extra pounds. Sorry.
Lazy and eating too much.
So, Kristen, that then leads to the question, basically...
This is humans trying to interpret the data that they just received at cognition and make it into something socially acceptable that they can all agree upon and work within a construct. That's what this is. In what the fuck for? This is why I don't listen to these things speak, because they don't fucking matter. They don't. They're not contributing anything to a cure for anything substantial, and they just waste time. So in their like non-essential equipment area, right? Okay, good. But we gotta go to like the locker room and like actually like plan for like big stuff cure. And you all sitting in the stadium outside is great. Thanks for showing up. But like talk amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes. But when we come out with like the truth, I'm gonna need you all to like move and like go along with whatever the fucking coach says the play is. Because this is a real fucking problem with you all wanting to like re-strategize and then like actually sneak into the locker room. Right. Nobody invited anybody in the locker room.